So the car market is in a rough place right now. It's so bad that you see a lot of publications, a lot of media using the words car market crash, car market reset. See it a lot in the articles that I read about the car market. I can even tell you here at my dealership, I sell cars that are $5,000 and under. I've been a car dealer for 14 years. We've seen things slow down a lot. We've even had cars that we've been trying to sell for $1,800 and they sit on our lot for a very long time. And I can tell you that over the last 5-6 years, this is something that has not occurred. If I've had a car that's under $2,500, I have been able to sell it. And later on, I'll tell you exactly what happened with that car that I'm talking about that we were trying to sell for $1,800. But here's the thing, as we're going through the market, as we're seeing all these things in the news, I feel like you're not really getting the real story from people who are actually in the car market. Me, I'm a used car dealer. I'm in the market each and every day. I see what people are buying, what people are paying, people who are getting loans, people who aren't getting loans, cars that are getting repoed, showing up at these used car dealer auctions. And what I can say for car dealers is right now that over 50% of all car dealers have a very negative outlook on the car market. These are car dealers just like myself. These are the ones living the car market each and every day. And if they have a negative outlook on the market, well, that's what they're seeing right now. They're seeing that things are slower. They're seeing days of inventory go up. They're seeing repo rates on the rise like what we're seeing right now. They're seeing the market get a lot softer. And here's the thing, you're not going to get the truth from the media outlets that are out there talking about this car market. So here's the thing, I'm in the car market. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm seeing. And throughout this whole video, I'm going to tell you the truth about what I think is actually going to happen in the car market.
How do you believe the car market will reset in the end of this year?
I think we're correcting like the crash that I've talked about and that you've seen from a lot of the channels. Now there's a lot of the channels still saying crash. I haven't said crash in a very long time, but car prices already crashed. So that already happened. During COVID, we had all these cars that were $30,000-$40,000 and they all had $20,000 worth of dealer markups. So you fast forward another year past that time when they had $20,000 markups. Well, all the markups came down. And then you fast forward another 6 to 12 months. And then now you can get a lot of these same vehicles that had $20,000 markups for 10 to 20% under MSRP. So you go from a vehicle that was $50,000 that was selling at 70 grand, and then it dropped in price to where you can get it for $40,000 over that 18-month span. That's a crash. The crash has already happened in the car market. And from here, we're still going to correct, I believe. I still think we're going to go another probably 10, 20% down just because dealerships are weak right now. Manufacturers are channel stuffing a lot of these dealerships. You're going to see more incentives towards the end of the year. You're already seeing like Ford. Ford's a good example, and the Ford's one that I come back to a lot. They're not in the worst situation of anyone in the car market, but they're in a pretty tough situation right now where, okay, they just reported record sales, right? That looks good on paper, but what's happened during the time period where they reported record sales? Well, their dealerships are over 100-day supply of inventory. So what does that tell me? Well, a customer to Ford, the manufacturer, when they can report these sales, are their dealerships. So every time they deliver a car to or a truck to their dealerships, they count that as a sale. Doesn't necessarily mean that truck is getting into the hands of a consumer. So this is why the numbers and everything can be very confusing, because what happened was there was a lot of pull forward in demand. A lot of dealerships actually sold some vehicles, and now Ford started pumping a lot of these trucks to these Ford dealerships. And now we've seen that the day supply of inventory is going way up. On average right now, we have 70 to 75 days of supply of inventory across all manufacturers. Ford's over 100-day supply. Where dealerships want to be is between 50 and 60 days. That's their Goldilocks zone. So Ford, you can see the problems that are stacking up in the next few quarters. Probably not going to be very good for Ford. They front-loaded all of this demand. They front-loaded all of this channel stuffing that they were able to do to their dealerships in the past quarter. And from here on out, it's probably going to get pretty weak for a lot of these manufacturers, because a lot of them are doing the exact same thing. But when you go back and use the word reset, what comes into my head is like a big crash, a big, not even correction. Like correction is something that I think is going to happen, but crash is something that I don't think is going to happen in the car market. And you won't hear me say those words. I know a lot of people in the comments will say, well, you talk about a crash all the time. I don't. I never say the word crash. Now, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I was saying that because prices were actually crashing. And when you go from having a $70,000 vehicle down to where you could buy it for $40,000, that's a price crash. That's what happened in the car market. It's already happened. It's not going to happen anymore. You're not going to get prices that are instantly 50% off from where they are right now. It's just not going to happen. There's not enough inventory. There's not enough demand crush that's happening. Now, if we have a situation where, okay, the economy turns really, really, really bad. I know a lot of people saying it's bad right now, but if it's got to get way worse, where a lot of people are losing their jobs, people are losing their houses, even more people are losing their cars than what's happening right now, then maybe you could get the prices down 30, 35, 40%, even on the new side. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to get in a situation that's that bad. I do think it's very slow. I do think it's going to be rough for a lot of these manufacturers, but it's not going to be so bad where they're just giving away cars. It's not going to happen. We're not going to go there. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, then that means a lot of prices that I'm getting for my used cars are going to get a lot cheaper, and then I can sell them a lot cheaper and turn more volume. It means a lot of car dealers that are over leveraged are going to get in a lot of trouble. They're going to go out of business. A lot of my competition is going to go away. I would love for that to happen. I mean, I don't wish that to happen on the actual personal side of it. But as far as a business owner and me being a killer as far as business goes, yeah, that would be great for my business. I'd make a lot of money, but I don't see it happening. I'm rooting for it, but I don't think that's going to be a real thing.
What is the cheapest car on your lot?
Right now, I think it's $2,500. Now we had a car that took us forever to sell, but I don't know what was wrong with this car. I think it was just rough, is what my sales manager was telling me. But we had a car for $1,800 for like a month and a half. And we couldn't even get people to look at it. I think it was just like the interior was rough on it. It was like a 2002 or 2003 Chevy Impala. So those cars used to be very, very popular, and we would sell so many of them. And now, like, we'll buy one every once in a while, and it just sits. I guess they're not cool anymore, but they're just they're I think they're fine cars. This one had to have something wrong with it for it to sit for that long. But $1,800 is about the cheapest that you'll ever see something on my lot, and it's very rare. Usually, we'll have a bunch of stuff for $2,500 usually. But the days of us being able to go and find a car that we can buy $500 at the auction and then be able to turn it for $1,500, turn it for $1,800, those days are long gone. And even that Impala that I'm telling you about, like, it sat for so long that we just kept dropping the price. And I think we even lost money on the car. We probably had like $2,000 in it, lost $200 or whatever it was. But it used to be that I could go to auction and I could buy halfway decent cars for $300, $500 and then sell them for $1,500 and give a customer a really good deal. I would turn those cars. If I had a car on my lot for $1,500, even like 10 years ago, we know that they would sell within 2 days. That's when the car market was very, very fun. And it's not fun anymore because it feels like I have to pay way too much for cars at auction. And then I feel like I have to sell them for more than what I feel like they should be worth. But at this point, I've got grandpa syndrome too. So because I've been doing it for 14 years. So I still feel like all these cars, the same cars I'm buying right now, I was buying 10 years ago. And I feel like those cars should be the price that they were 10 years ago. And they're more expensive now than what we were selling them for 10 years ago. So it blows my mind. And I know we'll never get back to that. And hopefully something will change where buying and selling cars can be fun again, but it's not. It used to be a blast. And I used to love going to auctions, and I could buy 10 cars for $10,000. You can't do that anymore. I think the average amount that we pay for cars, right, or have in cars right now, is right around $2,300. And that average used to be like $1,500 to $1,600. And that was just like 5-6 years ago. And it's just crazy how fast things have gone up in value just over the last few years. Value in price. Value's a subjective word. But that's what I'm saying. I used to feel like I could buy stuff cheap. and give people a good deal on a cheap car, and they keep coming back and back and back and back. Now people still keep coming back, and they're happy with the $2,500, $3,000 cars. But I would love to be able to have a lot full of $1,500, $2,000 cars like I used to. We used to our dealership used to, like, we're $5,000 and under now, but our dealership used to be $3,500 and under. And we would sell, I mean, this is when we were selling like 90 cars a month, that we would sell cars that were $3,500 and under. And that hasn't been all that long ago. And it was fun. And we were really rolling out cars then, but it's not the same now. It's not fun anymore.
Well,
Is that depressing enough?
Should we just take a little cry break? Would that help you?
Take a water break.
Okay. Just because you say not to give you money.
Greg, you're the worst. Please don't give us any money. And I do not approve of the $5.
He's not mad. He's just disappointed.
You know what I'm gonna do when YouTube sends me that $5? You know what I'm gonna do with it? I'm gonna throw it away. That's what I'm gonna do with it.
I don't think he knows how anything with YouTube works based on some of
I know
his
how
comments.
YouTube works. I got 5 channels.
That's accurate, and that's enough. All right.
I'm gonna start a golf channel though next.
Okay.
And a small business channel,
live so we can have a conversation.
and we're going to. I need a campaign channel.
Okay.
I'm running for
Here we go.
HOA president, so we need to start our campaign. Me and my neighbor, he's going to be my lieutenant, my assistant vice HOA. What's HOA vice president? That's what it is.
I don't know what you're asking.
Yeah, and we're getting a golf cart and button-down shirts and clipboards, and we're going to write violations to everyone in the neighborhood.
I'd like to write a violation.
You're first one on the list.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like the way you talk to me. $15 fine.
This could get expensive. You might need to make an extra video to cover it.
I actually like this Acura right here. This thing looks very good. I'm gonna see if I can get a good thumbnail. So let's get closer. Series face. It's got to be so ridiculous for you to see me do that, but that's what we do for our thumbnails. I find a car, point to it, make a ridiculous face, and we take a screenshot. Let's see if we can get another one. This is there's a blue Kia right here that could possibly look good. $3,500. Let's see here. Bend down. Oh, the sun's right there though. I don't like you can't see the. You know what? I'm not even gonna be able to show you this video clip because my sun's in the background. Well, no, yeah, I can blur that out. Look, shadow right there. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. We'll use that Kia. I mean that Acura.